Hey guys, my name is Shaan, and today I'm going to be reviewing the PlayStation 5 that released on November 12th in Canada and will be releasing on November 19th in the rest of the world. Now this is an insane console that costs $630 if you want the CD edition or $500 if you want the normal digital edition. I myself got the Blu-ray edition so I can actually insert discs in it and be able to use the actual full console. So the design of the PlayStation is absolutely amazing. It's white on the outside and black in the middle, and it's a nice gloss, what means you can get fingerprints in the middle, what is kind of annoying, but not so bad if you do actually not care about that, because I highly doubt you will be touching the PlayStation that often anyways. To the right side is the actual Blu-ray player if you do have the Blu-ray edition, and if you don't, it will not be there and it will just be a little bit slimmer. The power button is on the very bottom, and right on top of that is the eject button once again if you have the CD edition. On top of that is a USB Type-C port, and on top of that is a USB 3.0 port. Behind you have two USB 3.0s, an HDMI port, and also the power cable itself port. The PlayStation comes with an HDMI cable, a USB Type-C cable for the controller of the PlayStation, the power cable, and the stand itself. Now you can mount the PlayStation vertically or horizontally. I personally put it vertically as it takes less space on the desk, but some people will want to put it horizontally. The stand works both ways, and I really do like the stand, how you're able to twist it and hide the screw and then twist it back to keep it in position, so you never have to lose the screw or the cap that you remove in the first place, what is an amazing feature for me. You also have the PlayStation logo to the left side of the actual PlayStation 5, and you have a Sony embossed right in the actual console. Inside you also have a nice white light that usually illuminates. If it flashes, that means you're powering off the device or updating it, and it's usually just white. When you turn it on, it will also turn blue, and when it's sleeping, it'll turn orange. These are the colors I've seen so far. I don't know if there's going to be more and how PlayStation will turn out to actually be able to use this, but that is a great feature for now, and I really do hope that they do use more colors later on, as that is a really nice feature, having those nice LED lights right up front, being able to see it. Now the PlayStation 5 is advertised as 8K, as you can play videos 8K, it outputs 8K, it is an 8K console. Now it also does 4K at 120 Hz, what takes it a little bit to the next level, what is amazing, because this console is way more powerful enough than most people's PCs, so this definitely is great. The PlayStation 5 actually has a 3.5 GHz 8-core AMD processor, what hyperthreads up to 16 cores, has a 10.3 teraflop RDNA 2 GPU, what is the latest and greatest generation of the GPU for this one, has 16 gigabytes of GDDR6 RAM, has a custom 825 gigs SSD, what, to be honest, it is NVMe SSD, only usable around like 600, 650, and that isn't too much if you think about it, because Call of Duty Cold Wars is going to be taking 250 gigs, so I would recommend either picking up an external hard drive, what is a lot slower than obviously the NVMe PCIe M.2, but there is also an M.2 slot inside. Without voiding warranty, you can open and add an M.2 drive in there, what is a great feature that the PlayStation 5 actually did include if you don't want to run off of an external storage. Obviously, this is the 4K Blu-ray player, so if you do get this version that I have, it has the 4K Blu-ray version, 4K Blu-ray player in it. The PlayStation 5 is also very massive, way bigger than I thought when I was going to receive it. Came in a big box and literally would be taller than my monitors if it wasn't on an actual mount. But it's actually crazy to believe. It's massive, and it's also pretty heavy too, weighing in at 9.9 pounds. That is 10 pounds practically, and that is insane. I wasn't expecting it to be this heavy, and that's big also, because you would expect the PlayStation line to go smaller and more powerful, but I guess because it's super silent, and that is something I did realize. I know they were trying to prioritize that, and I can definitely tell it is very silent, except when the CD is ramping up, then it isn't as silent, but that's just because it's reading a CD or a DVD. But other than that, super silent, and I know that for sure. On the PlayStation 5 itself, you do get Astro's Playroom, what is a pretty cool game that features like everything that you would want. I checked it out on a 4K HDR screen, amazing quality. The colors are amazing off of what they did over there. I also picked up the Spider-Man Launch Edition for Miles Morales, and I will be playing that and Call of Duty Cold Wars soon on my gaming channel. If you want to go ahead and check that out, links in the description below. But the most impressive thing to me was actually the controller. The controller to me was one of the most impressive things. One is it's completely updated. It is way bigger. The last controller I played on, I did play on the PlayStation 4 controller, but I never owned a PlayStation 4. I owned the PlayStation 3. It was very, very small and different. Now this one feels so different. So the vibrations practically go throughout the controller, and that is amazing. So if it's only to the left or only to the right, you can feel as it's moving up. What was definitely a new experience for me. Also, the R1, R2, L1, L2 triggers, they feel nice. Now the L2 and R2 are a little bit different. They're adaptive triggers, what means when they're off, they just are normal triggers, pretty light, easy to press down on, but depending on the game, it can adapt. So it can be light on the first half and then super hard to press on the end. And this is to, again, be adaptive towards the game. If you're in a racing game per se and you want to brake, maybe when you're hard braking, it'll be harder to push down, and accelerating, same thing. Maybe in a game like Call of Duty, you can easily, again, do this for recoil control. The harder it goes, you know, it wouldn't be as, again, just for recoil control. Depending on the game, I think it can be used very well, and I really do like that feature. On the front of the controller is the arrows to the left, pretty good. I mean, standard D-pad stuff. It's great, it feels nice. Not much to really say about that. To the right is the triangle, square, O, and X button. Very great, same thing. Can't really say much about that. Also, you also have the option menu right to the top right. Pretty good, I like it. It's great. To the left side is a new button. It is the share button. It practically can take screenshots, record gameplay, broadcast. Very nice button to have. Really do love it. It also has the PlayStation button right in the middle. Nice to click on. Very nice. I like how it's right smooth in. It's not like popping out or has a circle. It's the actual design of the PlayStation button. Very nice. Then you have R3 and L3. Feels nice. You can click down. Moves pretty good. Standard. I mean, not much to say about that too. I also want to talk about the microphone that this controller has. The controller now has a microphone. You're able to speak through the controller. So if you want to talk to your friends and don't have a headset, the microphone isn't that bad. It also has speakers, what allows you to listen to game audio or your friends through the actual controller. Again, nice to have and pretty convenient, especially if you're in voice chat and don't want to pop out a headphone out of your drawers or wherever. You can easily talk on here, and it's great. You also have a microphone mute button. This is a big plus. If you ever wanted to mute yourself, you don't have to have it on your headphones itself. You can easily just mute it, and you don't have to go through the menus of PlayStation. You could just click on the mute button and it illuminates red, and that is great. Or I mean orange, and it just tells you easily. Towards the bottom is the headphone jack, what is your headphones and microphone directly in there. Works great. I had no problems with it. It's nice. And it also has a connector on the bottom, I'm assuming for later on adapters and other technologies that they want to go ahead and do. My favorite part of this is actually the share, or I don't know, the little trackpad on top. It is a button. You can press on it. Very nice. But the most impressive thing for me is being able to draw on it. It's so cool. Games are to use this like in Astro's Playroom. You can swipe up on it, and it did, I actually don't know what it did, but it did something. And it was amazing. I really did love it. It was great. I love that feature. It knows exactly, it's a touchpad. It's great. Like, you can literally spell things out and it knows exactly what you're doing, what is amazing. You also have an LED light around it which changes colors. Very nice. Depending on the game, depending on what you're doing, it will. And then you have a white light that usually tends to stay on the bottom when your controller's on. Now I'm also assuming that after, when the battery starts dying around 10 to 12 hours into it, it will probably turn red, and that will tell you when you have to start charging. And the great thing is that it uses USB Type-C. what is amazing. The controller also has a pretty nice grip towards the back. Very, very nice. I felt it. Good design, really did like it. It was definitely different from before and definitely greater than having to buy a custom controller later on. Another thing that isn't visually on the controller that is actually insane towards me is it has motion sensors, meaning wherever you turn the controller, it knows. This is great. If you're going to be playing games like racing games, I can see them using this. If you're going to be playing like Call of Duty, I can see that you could use this maybe for like moving your body right or left. That would be a good thing, so you get more aim control. You get a lot more features. I don't know how they're going to use it for it, but it seems very good. Now, you cannot see it internally, but it works and it was amazing. I couldn't believe that they did it myself. The design is also pretty nice. It also has Wi-Fi 6, great, Bluetooth, only 2 PlayStation products though, sadly. I would hope that it would have more. The UI of the PS5 is pretty great. I have no complaints on it. It looked amazing to me. And yeah, I mean, that's practically all to talk about the PlayStation 5. I think you will like it. It's a very powerful machine, and really I wouldn't consider like any other. You get all the exclusives on the PlayStation, and obviously Xbox has their things, they're great, but I own a PC, so I don't actually need to have an Xbox, and the PlayStation just blows it away for me. And really, I would recommend it if you do want to go ahead and pick up a PlayStation 5. I know it's very hard to get one right now, but it's definitely worth it. Again, as always, if you do want to go ahead and see me play these games, I will link my gaming channel down in the description below. If you did enjoy the video, please give it a like, share it with your family and friends. Also, consider subscribing. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you guys in my next video.